So here we are with episode 6 of The Demon Girl Next Door. Last episode, we're getting to meet Sakura, and in this episode, we're going to have a nice little discussion with Sakura, so that will be fun. If I remember correctly, I think I said a whole bunch of speculation stuff, but you know, I'm going to assume that they're all going to be wrong as per usual, so we'll just have to see how it goes. If you guys like the video, like the video. If you dislike it, dislike it. I do have my full length up on Patreon and early access to non-seasonal and some seasonal shows in the YouTube memberships. Other than that, let us get started. I don't know. Damn, not the horn handles. She'll be fine. Too ashamed. Oh, damn, there she's running. It's inside my biddies. Is that how she got better? Borrowing your brain. Oh, does that mean Yuko's talking to herself? Yeah, I really like her stockings. It's got like 3 stars on it. I'm not ready to move on yet. We're miraculously in tune. Just explode! Oh, so then that's why she ran to her? Okay. So she took her sister's curse. Damn, they just shoved the fucking crystal in her? Does that mean if you take the core out, you're gonna die? I've been sapping from you on a daily basis. Is that why she's so fucking weak? Well, you've got her core, so now you've got to work to make her smile. She's found something more important. Wow. It won't be long. Enough of your magic power. To conquer the curse. Okay. It's super duper hard. Oh, I guess we'll figure it out later. While they're brainstorming, she just wakes up. What? So what are you? To eat pancakes. Come on, just give them a little poke. Cornered, dude. Oh shit. Damn, she's got a fucking demonic wand now, huh? We're seeing her, holy shit. Oh, that's what we see in the opening. Okay. Damn. Yeah. You know what? That's a really nice transformation. I really like that one. It's like a slightly darker pink. What does draw? Oh. Oh, it's because she's... She became her vassal? It's just... Wow. The most chillax toss. Darkness, Peach. Oh! Does this mean you've won? I mean, technically she's your vassal now. Does that mean that her win is your win too? That exit sign was so fucking gamey. Damn, how long has it been? They just fucking took Ogura over? Oh, but Yuko's her first priority? Wow! I'm still in cosplay. So this is just cosplay? It's not even your outfit? Is that the bird that they got from, I used to be a bird? Temporarily. Okay. Why I oughta... Spiritual class. She's a dual class holder! Holy shit! Of course she is. Do you understand what that means? Damn, Momo just fucking stopped her, dude. That orange body is still so funny. Just fucking shoot her, dude. Is she just recording this? A friendly dose with the power of friendship. Damn, she's firing her an arrow of friendship? Oh, wow, that's a lot of promises. Oh, Yuko's all in tears and everything. But she is pretty close, you know? What if she just misses? Damn. It belonged to the school anyways. They'll give me another one. Oh. Master. The view is out of this world. No, we won't just, we'll just pass on how Lilith is gonna get down and from there. She's the... Where'd she get the hammerhead? Oh, we got that over with. That's why you gotta train! Oh, she found it! She's just patting her chest. Come on now, Yuko. You're a main character. You'll get it. I love that cute song. This really tiny corner of town. Just this town. Just this corner. Is that a smile? Oh my god, her dream. It's almost like she holds you in a very high regard. This is the first opening, right? Don't think this means you've won. Please watch after Momo. Ho-ho! Double popsicles. Alright. You still got time to train. Wait. What? You just gave me like a good amount of the of the previous opening, and now that we're just it's episode 6, but like I guess that's like, you know, a finalization of the end of this arc. So we're heading on to a new one. But for the most part, right, we know where Sakura is, and now we still have the other problem of Joshua in the well, I mean, there's that, but like the new problem of Sakura is that it kind of just adds on to what Yuko's current thing is, right? That she needs to get stronger. So she just needs to get even more strong. Yes, it is. Okay. All right. Oh yeah, I'm gonna go ride my nuts, and we will be right back to the center. I'm borrowing your brain to talk to you right now, so I can't describe it in very much detail. Is it because Yuko is Yuko's a little bit of a dummy, so she because she's borrowing her brain, she's just like, I just can't come up with the right way to explain it. Oh, she is. She literally just said, okay, it's going to be easier for you to comprehend through first-hand experience instead of me trying to use your limited vocabulary. I can't even explain it to you. Okay. This part where Sakura is just like, oh yeah, the stash of magic power I've been sapping from you on a daily basis has just run dry. And I was thinking about in season 1 when there was this like they were showing this chart from Momo was showing this chart where it kind of looked like Yuko's power hasn't really changed all that much. Like it kind of just been staying at a minimum, or not a minimum, but it's been staying like stagnant at some point, right? There's like just like a tiny little bit of improvement, but like other than that, right, Momo's just like, you know, for some reason your power isn't really going up or anything. And so I was wondering, is this the reason why? Because Sakura's just been sapping it. She just out here with a straw, just. I just realized I was looking at, is Mika in her Magical Girl uniform? Because she's so scared that Momo's gonna hurt herself, she just transformed into it. Hold on, I have to look at her previous clothes. Yeah, she changed into her Magical Girl form. Alright. I realize, her theme, this is her transformation song, right? But there's like a fucking guitar riff to it instead. I don't really because like it's supposed to show that it's like a little bit darker, right? Because she's come over to the dark side. The fucking laser sound. Pew! Pew! What a fucking pose, dude. What a fucking pose. Very nice. That's a nice transformation. I like that one a lot better. Alright, so that was episode 6 of The Demon Girl Next Door Season 2. Let me know what you guys think about it in the comments down below. You know that I always like talking to you guys. For me, I thought that this was a very good episode. I thought that this was a very nice finale to what I would assume this arc. And, you know, if this is how the anime ended, if this is how season 2 ended, I thought that it would have actually been a very satisfactory ending than how I sort of felt in the finale of the first season, or at the very least, not even the first season, but in the way that episode 11, I think, that was when they were dumping all the lore of Joshua in the box and Sakura's disappearance and all that. And I remember the way that I was talking about it, I felt that they had a little bit too much comedic moment to interrupt the moments that I felt like was supposed to be a little bit more serious. And I felt that this episode had a really good blend of, not to say serious, well, it is serious, but not as like darkish type, you know, of like, of Momo mulling over things, albeit it is not mulling over, but, you know, being a little melancholic, being a little sad, but she is technically still kind of like that too. But I thought that they did a really good blend between the comedy and the more feeling of serious scenes, so I do enjoy that. And yeah, it's as I said, you know, the whole finale thing, and they're just out here playing the opening song of the first season, so I thought that was pretty nice. But then they just like hit us with the ending of the ending song immediately after, and I'm just like, what the hell? And you know, I thought that you guys were just going to use the whole entire ending time, you know, to fill up some stuff. But no. Here's the ending. Anyways, I've got just about 3 things, I believe, in terms of scenes. The first scene is with Momo and Sakura. So we're learning a little bit more about Sakura and her explaining where she's been this whole time. And I did write the first thing in my notes was, well, you know, at least we know Momo and Sakura are sisters with the way that they grab Yuko's horns. So that's pretty fun. One of the major things that we learn is that Sakura's core is embedded inside Yuko. So this core that Momo's been trying to find this whole time, well, she technically has found it since episode 1 of season 1, but we just haven't really known that Sakura's core was inside Yuko, albeit they have given us a good amount of hints that, you know, I'm just over here thinking about, but like never really made the connection. But I do, as I said, one of the things that I really enjoy about this anime is the amount of small little details that all connect to one another. So as they were talking about the Sakura mentioning that her core is inside Yuko, I was just like, oh, that makes sense on why when Yuko went into Momo's dreams for the second time, and when she encountered the cat guardian, whose name I currently can't remember, when he was talking about how he senses his master Sakura inside Yuko as well, right? She literally has her core inside. But it also made me think about how it could potentially also be the reason why when Yuko became a demon girl, when she became a demon, a full-fledged demon girl, she encounters Momo immediately, despite there's supposed to be a barrier that protects demons from encountering other magical girls. It's possibly because Yuko has the core of a magical girl inside her that kind of breaks through that barrier, and also she literally has the core of the person who puts up the barrier. And we see that Sakura is able to interact with the other demons, while I would assume the other magical girls are unable to, as what we saw with Momo, right? She's unable to interact with the other demons. So I thought that was a nice detail as well. So I enjoyed that one. Anyways, continuing to the talk with Sakura, she was talking about how Yuko's condition 10 years ago was worse than Seiko thought, and that the first treatment that they did, she only did that in order to give her an ease of mind, right? To ease her worrying thoughts about her daughter potentially dying and all that. But she did say that Yuko's soul was ravaged by the curse and worn down to almost nothing. And when something happened to Sakura that reduced her to her core, and she was about to run out of magic in order to keep her cat form and such, she ran to Yuko, right? The first person that came to mind was Yuko. And here in this part where she says that Yuko took on her little sister's share of the curse, so she took on Ryo's curse as well. She's such a kind, but then this is around the time when Ryo wasn't even born as well. Like, she was still inside Seiko. So I'm just over here like, damn, Yuko, you're just out here just come on now, come on over. The curse that's supposed to be on Rio, they just jump ship. And then Yuko's out here getting all the aggro. But it explains why Rio is so much better. She's even though I think they said Rio might have been a little bit sick too, like I can't remember correctly. Correct me if I'm wrong on that part. But if I remember, Rio was a little bit sick, but she's not wasn't on the same level as Yuko. But the way that Rio is now, right? She's as I said on how it feels like Rio's the one who took all the good genes. Well, it's starting to feel like she wasn't the one who took all the good genes. It's just that Yuko collected all the bad ones for her in order to give her little sister a better life than she's living. Wow, really shows what a kind demon girl she is, huh? She's one of a kind. Anyways, the big reason on why Yuko started getting better, I would assume, and the fact that she was actually able to get out of the hospital and such is because Sakura gives her core over to Yuko, which helps sustain Yuko's life. However, because Sakura is inside of Yuko now, she's been sapping magic power from Yuko on a daily basis, which I thought was very fun, and I already made the note that this could potentially be why when Momo was looking at her like power level and all that, she's just like, why are you not growing any stronger? So I enjoy that Sakura's just been she's just been shaving away, you know, it's like a fucking bill. It's like a magic bill that she's been getting. But you know what? Instead of Yuko, Yuko's technically the host. So like she should be the one charging the bill for Sakura, but no, it's the opposite. Sakura's just out here just chipping away, dude. She's a parasite. a good parasite either way, right? She's supplying her, she's sustaining her life, but also she's just her bill. It's just to chip away that little bit of magic power that Yuko has. Other than it explaining why Yuko's power hasn't really grown as much, it kind of explains why Yuko is so weak in the first place. Other than the curse ravaging her, but like her weak in magic power. I mean, yo, I gotta say, it's been 10 years. 10 years of sapping magic power from Yuko on a daily basis got her only like this much time to talk to Yuko. Holy shit, dude. Talk about scraping the bottom of the barrel. Not that Sakura has any other choice. But when Sakura says that she can't go back and that her form is sapping away because, you know, the magic power that she's sapping from Yuko is fading away, Yuko freaks out and she mentions that she has to bring Sakura back because she believes that Sakura is going to play a big part to Momo's happiness, because one of the big reasons why Momo is the way that she is because of the disappearance of her sister and a decade of not being able to find her sister. So if she gets Sakura back, that's going to boost her happiness, and Yuko's big goal is to get a big fat smile on Momo. But I suppose Sakura has also been watching Yuko as well, kind of like with Lilith, kind of looking after Yuko, not looking after, but you know, she's watching Yuko and all that. I would assume Sakura's kind of doing that as well. But since she is inside Yuko, she's able to see a lot better. But she mentions that, well, Momo doesn't really need her, as in Sakura, or the city anymore, because she has already found something much more important to her, aka Yuko. So it's a lot of gayness that's happening right now. A lot of gay shit. We did finish one of the go, which is to find Sakura's whereabouts. And, you know, we're moving on to the next quest, or the next task, which is for Yuko to become a super powerful demon, conquer the curse that inflicts her. And so after that, Sakura won't need to sustain Yuko's life anymore, and she can remove her core without the potential of death. So, again, I think I mentioned that this kind of just overlays onto the the main thing that they've been doing this whole time, which is for Yuko to get stronger so then she can protect the city. But instead of only protecting the city or helping Momo protect the city, she's doing it so she can get Sakura's core right out of her. Before Sakura disappears, she asks a favor for Yuko, which is to look after Momo. And the only thing I can see of that is the sister approves of their relationship, so very nice. She's got the family she's got the family acceptance. Good job, Yuko. That's pretty much all I want to talk about for Sakura. So it explains a lot of the things that were happening in season 1. So again, I really enjoy that. And so we're heading on over to Momo. And for Momo, she's out here wanting to do a little brainstorming to save Shamiko. As she says, she doesn't want to leave Yuko. Yuko. She doesn't want to leave Yuko inside the nightmare because she'll be too ashamed to look at her face again. And we got to this point where she even offered she even offered to shed more blood in order to unseal Lilith, which is something that she's been very adamantly against. But for the sake of Yuko, she's willing to do it, right? Everything is, as she says later on, everything is still very much important to her, protecting the city, finding her sister, but her main priority now is Yuko, right? Yuko above everything. Kind of as with Yuko putting Momo above everything, where her main priority is to get a big fat smile on Momo. So I like that, right? Their goals are essentially aligned by the end of this episode. So good for them. These two gays. But I've kind of been mentioning on how Yuko is coming to the realization that she's been putting a lot of burden on Yuko. Momo has been putting a lot of burden on Yuko. And I mentioned those, but like I haven't really talked much about how I really am enjoying the character development from Momo, and this episode really shows off her development in full effect. She wants to save Yuko so badly, right? She doesn't want Yuko to wander inside this nightmare for days on end. And as I've kind of mentioned, that Momo's kind of been the observer this whole time, and so if she continues to be that observer and she continues to let Yuko do all of the work for her, she would feel very ashamed. And so and of course, as I was talking to, right, I just keep repeating, I'm a fucking broken record. She puts Yuko above everything else, so she is willing to become a temporary vassal. She's willing to dip herself into the darkness, or as Lilith said, she was dual classing out here. Her physical form is light, but her physical class is light, but her spiritual class is darkness. So she's willing to dip into the darkness, right? Getting this dark transformation, which again, it's very cool, and I really like this design just a whole lot more. But it's also because it's in a much deeper, it's a darker pink. It's not as bright pink as her magical girl form. So I really enjoy it, and you know, the Dracula coat, it really puts everything together. And we've got Lilith, who, you know, for the most part, is able to figure out Momo's feelings, right? She can kind of read her. As she says, it was all your effort that made Momo fully prepared to descend into the darkness. Do you understand what that means? And as Yuko's just like, oh, I don't really know. And so Lilith's like, hey, to put it simply, Momo's feelings towards you, before she can just explain everything, she gets cut off by Momo. But Lilith figures that Momo's got feelings for Yuko, right? She's willing to put everything above, she's willing to put Yuko above everything. And then we've got Mikan, who's ready to shoot an arrow of friendship, or a magical arrow filled with light, in order to get Momo back to the light side. Just out here fucking shooting her, dude. Hell yeah. But it's also nice to see Yuko coming in, and she's like, hey, what's so wrong about being in the darkness, right? She's got little tears on her. She's out here trying to protect Momo because she doesn't want Momo to get hurt. So I thought that was very nice. And then Ogura's lab gets destroyed because, well, her curse went haywire. She was just out here worrying so much. I love that there's just a boner. It says bonus. This is the fucking bonus. Bonus for her curse, yeah. We also got Ogura's elixir coming back into play because Momo ate her elixir in order to compensate for her lack of magic power. So that's very nice, right? Ogura is just out here being the support class, out here buffing people and everything. Just needs to experiment on them first. I think I've said it where because Momo is her vassal temporarily, she's able to see the memories. And, well, right here, right, where she says she puts everything, you go over everything. We've got Momo just holding hands out here and saying, wanting to find and recover my sister's core, plus protecting the city and everything else. I'm not giving up on any of that, but I have something that's more precious to me right now. Wow. Wow, very gay. Very precious. And that leads us on over to the third scene, where Yuko decides to tell Momo the truth about Sakura. And while Yuko still thought that maybe Momo is going to, I don't know, fucking toss a hammerhead at her, she doesn't. And it kind of, I do like seeing the way that again, I like the growth that Momo is going through, and this growth ends up, although I do find it funny that this growth happens because somebody just shoved it right into her face, aka Shirosawa, right? Just shoving the whole thing of like, oh, you've been pushing all of this onto Yuko and you've been stressing her out and such. It just got shoved right into Momo because, you know what, Momo is the kind of person who probably wouldn't realize until it's directly in her face. But now that Momo knows, she doesn't feel very attached to the city anymore. However, she's willing to protect this tiny town. Or here, as she says, well, now that I know where my sister's core is, there's not really much of anything left to keep me attached to the city. And so she puts in a picture frame. So from now on, maybe it's best that I focus on keeping you happy by using all of my power to protect this really tiny corner of town. Yeah, fucked everything else in this city. This tiny corner of the town, yo, it's going to fucking survive. But fuck everybody else. Hell yeah, dude. Hell yeah. But as I said, Yuko and Momo's priorities, they have both aligned. They want to make each other happy. And, you know, definitely not gay at all. But here we have Momo smiling. And as Sakura said, you're going to see her smile soon. And here is Sakura. Sorry, here is Momo smiling. And Yuko is just... So, I suppose it's a big fat smile too, right? In terms of Momo's standards anyways. And so we've got Yuko, who's just so aghast by this, so surprised, that it really takes her a while before she just tears up, you know? She's really out here just waiting for the opening to just continue kicking in. And she just starts tearing up, and I love it, right? Her goal. This is her goal that she's been putting, she's on setting, and it's affected her so much, right? It's kind of like how Momo puts Yuko above others. Yuko has put Momo in a very top priority, and this was a very precious thing for her. This is a big step for her, a big old nice little memory. And also, here's Yuko thinking about like, Momo and Sakura's hopes are misplaced on her. She feels like she's unable to do her mission, this big burden that they have put on her. That she has to get stronger to defeat this curse of hers, and to bring Sakura's core back. She's holding Sakura's core, maybe even against her will, right? in a weird way that maybe Yuko could think about that, right? She's holding her core, and she's kind of keeping Sakura away from Momo, essentially. And so she can't even bring Sakura back, and yet here's Momo telling her, my new mission is to keep you happy. And it's just like, holy shit. I can't even do my fucking job, and you're out here trying to keep me happy? The fuck is going on here? And I think that the biggest thing that I do enjoy is the fact that when Yuko cries about this, we've got Momo who sees this, and she's just like, whoa! You know, what, like, you're crying, you know, that's, this is, why are you crying, right? This is a bad thing, right? Crying equals bad. But Momo tries to comfort Yuko, which I think is a very big step for Momo. So she tries to comfort her by offering her food. That's how you get them. You want something to eat? You're crying, huh? You must be hungry. But as Yuko thinks about how it's hopeless, where she can't get any more powerful, how can she even protect this freaking town in the first place? And Momo tells her, like, I mean, you said it, right? When she was having that moment of confidence back in the finale of season 1, she told Momo that, well, I can't do this alone, so I need you to come help me. And so Momo says, find more people to support you. Find more friends, you know, collect more friends into your database. Collect more friend cards, you know, and you'll have a full deck eventually, right, Yuko? Towards the end of all of this, we've got Momo who makes a vow to Yuko, and she ends up getting embarrassed by it. And I was getting a nice vibe of, like, maybe this is Momo kind of becoming a little bit of her old self with what Mikan says, right? Of how she used to be. And so she says all these, like, all these flowery words. But eventually she gets embarrassed by it. And all I can think of is, like, this is the way that she acts is kind of like she had 8th grader syndrome and now she's out of it. And so if she says something that's similar to how she acted during her 8th grader syndrome, she gets really embarrassed. That's how I feel with the way that Momo acts here. And I thought it was very cute, and I thought that it's very nice. Again, it gives that moment of Momo opening herself up to Yuko before closing it again, you know, getting embarrassed by it. But it's progress for Momo, and it does make me I am excited to see how we're going to continue on with Momo's progress, right? Momo's development, character development, and just to see how her attitude towards Yuko is going to be, right? I hope that with the way that this anime's been going, I think I don't really have a big worry, a big issue, just a worry that she's just going to revert to how she was before in the next episode for, like, the sake of comedy. But then as I say that, I'm just starting to think about it, and I'm just like, oh, I don't know. But I will put hopes on this anime, because they've been doing really well with keeping things, especially this season, keeping things at a consistent pace. And so yeah, I'm just hoping that this development continues onward, and again, I'm excited to see how their relationship continues, and, you know, see how much gayer this fucking season can go. So that will be nice, that will be exciting. But if I have anything else to say, I will write it in the description down below. Thank you guys for sticking around, and I will see you guys in the next episode.